Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. Sorry, everyone that was watching Jason's stream right before this. He got cut off, but the replay will be totally fine, so you can watch that on YouTube afterwards. So welcome, everyone. This is our last day of our 2-week Daily Creative Challenge for XD. So thank you guys for sticking with me these 2 weeks, but don't worry, we'll have another whole new set of challenges and a new host next Monday. So you can start that one if you'd like. So welcome everyone in the chat. We've got Geetha, Akin, Tim, Nyasha, Eric, Mia, Rosie, lots of familiar faces. Welcome everyone. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I'm going to go ahead and hop on into behance.net/challenge/XD and we'll see what the very last challenge is. So let's scroll down and see what we got. So we're going to be working on today multiple interactions. I saved a fun one for you guys on this Friday. So I want you guys to design an experience where freelancers can track all their projects. Again, in the theme of like creating apps that can help designers, since we need to stop and think about these things sometimes. So we're going to focus on working in prototype mode, and we're going to use multiple interactions to adjust the project state from queue to completion, things like that. So if you want to, you can hit that Get Started button, head on over to Dropbox and select that direct download button, and it will download a file for you. That'll look a little something like this. So just some resources and stuff for you to get started. I'm going to hop into Discord first. So Discord, if you don't already know, it's our XD community where you can ask about XD questions or design questions, anything related to design. Got lots of great conversations going on over there. And we've got about 35,000 of you guys already. So that's awesome. So it's bit.ly/XD Discord. Go ahead and check it out. Sign up if you have not already. And let's hop on over there. So this is Discord. If you are not already a member, we've got all of our challenges over here. If you want to submit any of your work for feedback, Joshua submitted his work today. Got lots of awesome projects, and I'm going to be reviewing a few of you guys' projects at the end of this stream. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And yeah, just check out the rest of the channels. Ask a question if you have any questions about XD. We've got career advice. Lots of fun stuff going on in here. Creative Challenge. This channel will tell you when what the new prompt is each day and when we're live streaming. So feel free to check that out. Let's hop into my starter file. Oh, day 9. Man, this has really flown by. This is so crazy. A bit sad, right? But don't worry, we'll be back next week. So, multiple interactions. That's what we're going to be working on today. I tried to find, I've been doing a preview of where you can find the feature that we're working on each day, like within the interface. And it was a little hard to capture multiple interactions. So we're going to be working in the prototype tab. And I can't really show you right now, but basically you'll see that the triggers can branch off into 2 separate triggers. So it's going to be a really fun one. So we're working on tracking our projects. So I thought I'd give you guys some inspo. This one is by Dwinawan. And yeah, pretty clean and minimal. Liked the layout. We've got our projects over here. Can do something like that with like thumbnails. And then we've got each of maybe the tasks over here. And you can see in progress, approved, in review, things like that. Check them off as you go. This one by Anton. Also loved this one. We've got all of our projects. Maybe you can add a few more details in each square. If you want to do it in desktop view, you can. I am going to be doing it actually in horizontal view in a phone. I don't do things normally in horizontal view, so I thought this would be fun. And I want to do mine in like Kanban style. So if you've ever used Trello before, they have the Kanban style where you can move the blocks from like completed to in progress or whatever. And then we've got our resource booklet right here, so you can feel free to hop on through all of the components, check out some links that I find helpful, icons and such, where to find photos and things like that. And of course, tips from myself down here, and where to share your work on Behance and Discord when you're done. So Behance, be sure to share with that keyword XD Daily Challenge. Cool, so let's hop on into our first artboard. So I've got 3 artboards here. I'm only going to focus on these 3. So first I want to have one artboard to show all of I'm going to do 4 different columns for like the Kanban style. And then in the second artboard, I want to actually drag one of those projects over into a different column. And then we're going to have a detail view, sort of with an overlay of one of those projects. Welcome everyone who's just joining. One more. Oh, Akeen. Welcome, guys. Anna. Yeah. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. So I'm going to get started. Got my little background here. I want this column to just be projects that I have not started yet. So I'm going to add a title. We'll just say like project list. And let's see. The font that I'm using today, I know you guys always want to know, drum roll, this one is called Rubik. It has lots of different weights too, which I liked. Okay, copy and paste that. Let's add some more text. So we can say, let's add some of our columns. We'll say like in progress will be 1. Copy and paste that. Another one will be blocked, perhaps. And the last one can be done. And you don't have to do like this Kanban style if you don't want to. I personally, that's what I like using for my own tasks. And I've been using Notion lately. Oh, I am obsessed with Notion. Does anyone else use Notion? Because it's basically like a wiki. If you guys have ever used a wiki before, and you can like create all of these different blocks. Totally make it your own. But yeah, I've tried pretty much every task manager under the sun. So this one's working for me right now. Okay, so I'm just adding some elements on the right side. Generally when I have sort of a dashboard or something and I have my title on the left side, I always want to balance it out on the right with, you know, settings or search, some other icons. Just so it feels more balanced. And maybe I'll add like a filter. Still using Rubik, just different weight and color. And maybe like all tasks. Bring the opacity down. Okay. Actually, this one should be all tasks, since I want that to be selected. And this one can be filter. Okay. Looks good. Now we can start adding some of our projects, which I already have down here. So just going with this 3-color palette, and I can add these in any of the columns that I want. So maybe this one is over here. So this is just 3 elements. I've got a little background object blur on that, which is the same color. The shadow is the same color as the rectangle, and then just some text and a little indicator to show like if it's blocked or in progress or whatever. And then got this other one. We'll put this in done. Move that over. Okay. That looks good. I'll add another one over here. And maybe the teal. Kind of center those. And now I can just copy and paste to add a whole bunch more. And you can use repeat grid too on this if you wanted. I'm not going to add too many, so I'm not going to use repeat grid. Copy and pasting. Okay. And then perhaps I want to just add a gradient sort of to show that you can scroll through the rest of these. So I'll add a gradient there. So it looks like there's more below. And one more thing I want to add on this page is just an indicator of like how many tasks or projects are in each column. Let's add one more right here. So it looks like it's a little bit filled up. Okay. So in this column, we've got one task. Move that right here. I'll add a little background. Round those corners a bit. And that looks good. And then just group those together. Copy that. And again, bring it over here. So this one has 2. So let's put 2. Paste this, bring it over. There we go. And then one more for not started. Maybe we have like 7 or something. So we got a lot of work to do over here. Okay. One thing that I'm forgetting is I have this just sort of like diagonal stripes pattern that I want to add behind each of these, but I'm just going to add it behind this top one for the sake of time. So let's bring this to front. And so when I'm moving, let's say like this block over to one of these columns, I want to be able to see that this space is empty. Just a nice little touch. You don't have to use that if you don't want to, but I think it's kind of fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and go on over into our prototype tab. And what I want to do from this artboard to this artboard is just be able to drag this top guy over maybe to the blocked column right here. So all we need to do, just select everything, select the next artboard, and then just Command V. So I did Command C to copy it, and then Command V to paste it over here. And we're just going to move this one. Let's go back into the design tab. Move this down here, give it about the same spacing, and then move all of these just up one. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm going to go back because I want all of these to be on top so that like diagonal thing, when I'm doing auto animate, it stays behind all of them. So let's bring all of those to front and then bring this to front as well. Okay, just a minor thing, but it'll help. Okay, so we're moving this down here, and then we can move all of these up one. Perfect. So let's go back into our prototype tab, and again, we're just gonna select this project. And obviously, all of these right now are named like Project 1, but you should rename these to Project, whatever the project names are. Illustration project, website project, whatever. So we'll move this over. And the only other thing I'm going to change on this artboard is this number. We now have 3 tasks. So the interaction will be, we'll do a drag trigger. The action will be auto animate, and the easing, we don't really need any easing. I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and preview by pressing this play button up here. I'll go somewhere so the background isn't too busy. So when we're previewing, we can see we're dragging it over here. And I think that diagonal little rectangle over here really added a nice touch. So let's also add a way to go back if we didn't mean to do that or something. So again, drag trigger, action is auto animate. So let's preview that again. So we can drag it over and we can drag it back. Super smooth. Don't we love that? Okay, the next part that I'm gonna do, let's stay in prototype mode right now. So I'll zoom in a bit. It gets smaller, so it's a bit hard to see, but you can see right here on our blue trigger where we've dragged it, we've also got a plus icon. So this means that we can add another trigger, another interaction, which is really cool. So you can either press this, just press it, and then we have another interaction that started. Or my preference is just to drag it over to whatever artboard we want. So I'm going to drag it over to this overlay artboard, and we're going to add an overlay. So the trigger, it will just be a normal tap, and I don't want anything fancy like auto animate. We'll just do normal transition, dissolve. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, so let's go ahead back into our design tab, and I'll just copy all of this, and we want to paste it into the overlay artboard. And I'm actually going to group all of this just so our layers don't get, if I'm selecting stuff, it's not like getting too crazy. So let's add just some kind of intermediary level overlay color, and then we'll add just a white rectangle. Make sure it's centered, round the edges a bit. And so from here I'm clicking into this, whatever this project is. So I just want to show details of that. So let's see, got this bar at the top where we can show the title. Let's bring this in a bit. Okay, and whoops, we can add the title up here. So let's say project 1. Make it green, since this one is the green project, or the green task, whatever you prefer. And then let's add some tasks under this project. So let's say we have like 3 tasks. Actually, I can use auto animate for this. I'll use my repeat grid. So just select repeat grid, drag it on down, and then I'm gonna ungroup it because I want this one to maybe not be selected. So we'll bring down the opacity a bit, and then I'll just add some tasks. So like task 1, maybe a bit bigger. There we go. Drag that over a bit, and then we can add a description for that task. So let's say find inspirational content to create a mood board. So that's our first, mold board. It always goes to mold board. Autocorrect, gotta love it. Okay, so that one looks good. Let's add just some dots on the right side of that in case we want to like change this or whatever, get some more settings for that particular row. And again with this, group it, and we can do another repeat grid. You know it. Bring this down, and then I'll just rename this to task 2 and task 3. Okay, so let's add our CTA at the bottom. We need a way to maybe delete this project and to close out of it. So I'll put delete over here. And then our CTA will be like update or save or something like that. Let's grab that same blue color. And our text will be update. Just center that. Okay. We are looking good. So that's our overlay for our particular project. Let's go ahead and preview the whole thing. So we've got our first artboard, which has our projects that we have not even started. We've got 7 in there, quite a bit. In progress, our blocked projects, and our done projects. And then we drag that top one over to our blocked column. And then maybe we want to select into this particular project, and we get this overlay. So let's go ahead and preview that from the beginning. And I'll drag this down a bit. Okay, so we used auto animate over here. Look at that, so smooth, very nice. Maybe I want to bring it back. Wait, hold on. Let's go back into prototype tab. Make sure, need to be able to bring that back. And this was a drag auto animate. I must have accidentally gotten rid of that. Okay, let's preview it again from the beginning. And we drag our first project over into the blocked column. We can drag it back if we want, and we select it, and we've got our detail view with all of our tasks, and we can update it. So that is a very quick overview of multi-interaction. So again, I'll just zoom in a bit here. So we just used this little plus icon to add another interaction. And you can add as many as you want here. You know, I could go crazy, add whatever, other triggers that I would want. And yeah, so that was very quick overlay, or just overlay into multi-interaction. So let's go ahead and Command S to save. If you want to, again, you can use that preview button to tap around and record an MP4, upload that to Behance if you want, while you're dragging and clicking around. I'm not gonna do that right now. Let's hop on over into Behance, see what we got. Get rid of this. So make sure in Behance, I've been harping on this as always, make sure you go over into your settings tab, go into discoverability and add that keyword XD Daily Challenge so we know where to find your work and give you feedback if you'd like. So let's save that. And I added this yesterday. You can add this if you want. Nice little thumbnail view of some of your projects. So yeah, just be sure to add a description of each day. Maybe it can be flat if you want. Just upload a PNG or the prototype, whatever you want. So I'm gonna search XD Daily Challenge. Already got it up here. Let's refresh to see if there's anything new. Okay, and I'm sorting by most recent. So I have a few already pulled up. This one I was reviewing just before the streams. This is Anne's. And you gotta love it. She did the Office themed project management. So she's got like Jim, Pam, Gabe, Kelly, and their email addresses and their contact info and their projects they're on. I love this so much. You know, sometimes you just gotta have fun with things. So very nice job, Anne. Little humor in it. This one by Alina. So she was going for a more neomorphism, the new kind of trend. So let's see what we got. I think she had a prototype. Yes. Let's preview this. Okay, so this was a few challenges ago. I don't remember exactly which day, but this was the app where you can ask questions anonymously. And I love this little icon down here. So we've got our pop-up and our data, and then we can start typing our answer. Thanks for contributing. Very nice, very clean. And then we've got our slider. Oh, this was the number sliders one. Very nice. You built out basically the whole app. It looks great. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was, who was this? Alina. Awesome job, Elena. And this one, I thought this was a neat idea because he created the widget within Behance. So neat idea. So this was a little reminder for the daily creative challenges and maybe how much time you have remaining. So that was really neat. Originally, this was the eye tracking one, if you remember that day. So we've got our settings, sound notifications, turn off timer with the check marks. Got some toggles. You guys are really getting the hang of these triggers. I love it. Oh, we had a chat there. Sleep mode. Awesome. And this was by Ryan. Thank you, Ryan, for sharing. Okay, guys, that is about all the time that we have left for today. Thank you all so much for joining me on these 2 weeks. You have created some awesome works for your portfolio, so you should be really proud of yourselves. So that wraps up my 2 weeks, and we will have another new set of challenges starting on Monday. So be sure to stay tuned. In about 5 minutes, we've got our Adobe XD Masterclass. All right, have a good weekend, guys. Bye.